For the latest news in North Central Washington, go to ncwlife.com or find us on Facebook. Got a news tip? Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-2020.
Good Monday evening and welcome to the NCW Life Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window where we did see some cooler temperatures today. And for the first time, we will talk about this a little bit later on. What a beautiful shot that is from our Sky-Fi cam. I think it's Hose Landing shot from there. Beautiful outside today, but you noticed it was cooler. Today is the first time, which I was getting at, that we haven't seen a temperature above normal since all the way back to, I believe, January 3rd, where we had a pretty good run of above normal temperatures. Today, more like we should see this time of year. We even have a little bit of a storm moving in late tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow night. We don't expect any accumulation here in the Wenatchee area, but as you travel east, you will run into some snow, especially Spokane, into Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, and if you're traveling into western Montana. So we'll talk more about that storm and much more weather coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the news stories we're following for you tonight. Authorities say the January 14th fire at the Wenatchee Dulco packaging plant was intentionally set. And 2017 was a year of change on the Okanagan and Wenatchee National Forest. We'll tell you about it. But first, we begin tonight. The 99th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival officially kicked off in grand fashion Saturday night.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now present to you Princess Sophie Castillo.
Parents and my brother and to Sandra and to everybody who came, and I'm sorry I can't speak very well right now. Thank you for coming. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now present to you Princess Jessica Murray.
Sorry, I'm also a crier. Thank you so much to our chaperones, Wendy and Siobhan and Darcy, and my parents and everyone who's been so supportive in this journey.
Now the queen, the 99th queen, to reign over the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. Her Royal Highness, Queen Greta Pierce. Ladies and gentlemen.
You gotta speak.
I'm so sorry, my dear. That's okay. Thank you to the judges for everything. The past day has been amazing getting to know you. And I want to thank my family who are here. Thanks for coming. I love you. You're the reason why. And then thank you to the girls behind me because they are the reason that all of this is worth it. Like, they're amazing. That's all.
Congratulations to all three girls. And Saturday's Cashmere Valley Bank Royalty Selection Pageant played to a packed auditorium at Wenatchee High School. NCW Life covered the event live. Queen Greta Wiersma is the daughter of Don and Sue Wiersma. Princess Sophie Castillo is the daughter of Miguel and Megan Castillo. And Princess Jessica Murray's parents are Bill and Jody Murray. Authorities say the January 14th fire at the Wenatchee Dulco packaging plant was intentionally set. Investigators say evidence, including video from a surveillance camera, points to arson as the cause.
During the initial investigation of that fire, the night of the incident and in the days and hours following the incident, surveillance video was discovered that seems to support the theory that that fire was intentionally set, and it is being investigated as an arson.
Brian Brett with Chelan County Fire District 1 says the fire caused upwards of $5,000 worth of damage when it torched several pallets containing styrofoam packaging material. There were no injuries in that fire. Brett urges anyone with information they should contact police through Rivercom Emergency Dispatch at 663-9911. 2017 was a year of change on the Okanagan and Wenatchee National Forest. The U.S. Forest Service has released its annual report of activities on the 4 million acre forest, including restoration of lands that were damaged by record-setting wildfires. Forest spokeswoman Holly Craik says the upper Eniat Valley was among the areas hardest hit by the fire.
After the 2014 and 2015 wildfire season, much of the upper Eniat had burned. Working with our partners in Chelan County Emergency Management and local landowners in the community, we knew that there were significant risks potentially to folks, and it just wasn't safe to use the trails and the campgrounds in that area, including the Silver Falls. But several years had passed. We felt that most of those impacts had been mitigated, and it was time to get to work, roll up our sleeves, and work to reopen some of those really popular, beloved areas. So we partnered with the Youth Conservation Corps and other volunteer groups to go out and do work just like the CCC did originally in the 1930s, working to replace bridges and rehab sections of the trail and really make it safe and sustainable for folks to enjoy once again.
The annual report also details work being conducted on the forest to make it healthier and less prone to future catastrophic fires. You can access the full report on the Okanagan and Wenatchee National Forest website. Coming up next, heart disease is the leading cause of death for both men and women in the United States. We'll talk about Heart Health Month. And dozens of hardy souls braved the cold water at Walla Walla Park's swimming lagoon Saturday for a great cause. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCW Life Evening News.
My name's Robert Duff. Current and previous occupation is architect, engineer, and lawyer. Grew up here in Washington, born in Moses Lake. When I first came to CVCH, was looking for a place to get some dental work done. I was really impressed with the people at the counter. I mean, they were just on top of it. It only took her like 15 minutes to do the job. I didn't feel anything. The technology is so great, you don't even realize you're at the dentist. These people are so professional. I would have any one of these people in my home for dinner. These people are family.
Hi folks, Carrie from Blueberry Hills. A chill is in the air and it's a perfect time for some old-fashioned comfort food like our amazing Eggs Benedict, chicken fried steak, French dips, soups made from scratch, or fruit pies fresh from the oven. The crowds might be gone, but we're still here for you folks. So bring an appetite and a friend to Blueberry Hills in Manson, where you pick, you sit, you eat, and you visit. Open Wednesday through Sunday from 8 to 3. wildaboutberries.com.
Welcome back. In another news, 2 people were arrested on multiple weapons charges following a February 3rd traffic stop in Bridgeport. Douglas County Undersheriff Kevin Morris identified the driver as 28-year-old Rebecca Norton of Cooley Dam and her passenger, 27-year-old Daniel Marsden of Omak. During the traffic stop, the deputy noticed a gun case in the back seat of the car, but he released the driver after issuing a citation. After obtaining a search warrant for that car, deputies also located 2 rifles, a stolen pistol, stolen ammunition, and narcotics. Deputies then relocated and arrested Norton. Marsden was also arrested. Both suspects were booked into Okanagan County Jail. Heart disease is the leading cause of death for both men and women in the United States, and nearly a quarter of all deaths in the U.S. are caused by heart disease. February is designated as American Heart Month to bring attention and awareness to the prevalence and severity of heart disease in the U.S. Kathleen Love, doctor of cardiology at Confluence Health, says what's concerning is that a large number of those who suffer heart attacks are under the age of 50.
The classic person who has a heart attack is more over the age of 55 to 65. But there's about 10% of the heart attacks that are experiencing with those under the age of 50 to 55. And about 20% of those patients don't have any of the classic risk factors that we talk about with heart disease. Those being diabetes, hypertension, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and smoking, things like this. And so we know that these 10% of individuals are out there, and there's still much more research that needs to be done to help target why it is that these patients have heart attacks.
Dr. Love also adds that making heart-healthy choices, knowing your family health history and the risk factors for heart disease, having regular checkups, and working with your physician to manage your health are all integral parts of saving lives from heart attacks. Run Wenatchee, Confluence Health, and Wenatchee Valley Medical Group are putting on the Heartbreaker 5K Fun Run during Heart Month to raise awareness about heart disease and about ways to commit to a healthy lifestyle. The 5K Run Walk is on February 24th on the Apple Capitol Loop Trail. Start time is at 9 a.m. at Pybus Public Market on North Worthen Street in Wenatchee. Well, dozens of hardy souls braved the cold weather at Walla Walla Park's Swimming Lagoon Saturday. The Polar Bear fundraiser put on by the Wenatchee City Parks and Recreation Department and local fire and law enforcement benefits athletes competing in next month's Washington State Special Olympics Winter Games here in Wenatchee. Carol Andre, director of the Parks and Rec Department, was a guest on this morning's Street Talk and Other Stuff and says this year's event was a big success.
Annual event. This was year 17. So basically it's a law enforcement involved program. So law enforcement helps promote it. They help us with the organization, and they go in with us. And
when they say go in, what do you mean they go in?
It means that we jump into the Columbia River. And it was actually warm this year. It was 38 degrees. It's been as low as it's been in the 20s. In fact, last year we had so much ice we couldn't even plunge. They couldn't break through the ice.
Oh,
so it was so warm this year.
No.
But we had 74 plungers.
Really? Okay. And this is a fundraiser.
It's a fundraiser. So
people get people to sponsor them.
You get pledges. Yes, okay. And it's pretty easy for people to give you money because all you have to do is say you're jumping in the river in February, and they're like, here you go. So it's pretty easy to get sponsorships. But we brought in a little over $16,000.
The Washington State Special Olympics Winter Games will be held in Wenatchee coming up in March. You're watching the NCW Life Evening News. Coming up next, your sports update. That and much more still to come on the NCW Life Evening News. Stay with us.
Lake Chelan mailboxes find solutions and the best price for all your shipping needs. including UPS, FedEx, and the U.S. Postal Service. We offer a variety of services including quality copies of all sizes, faxing, scanning, sending and receiving email, laminating, and notarizing. Enjoy browsing through our large selection of greeting cards. Lake Chelan Mailboxes supports our military, fire victims, and our community. Come see us at the Plaza in Lake Chelan.
Papa Murphy's presents a fresh take on fresh. Here's the deal. If it comes from a freezer, not fresh. Box, not fresh. Bag, not fresh. Fresh means just chopped vegetables. Cheese grated by us daily. Fresh means we don't even have ovens, because you have an oven. So you can feel good about feeding it to your home bake our most popular pizza, a large cowboy, topped with pepperoni, sausage, mushrooms, and olives. Just $12. Papa Murphy's. Love at 425 degrees.
And now it's a sports update on the NCW Life channel.
And a happy Monday. Let's take a look at the Les Schwab Prep scoreboard from the weekend at the District 5-6 2B tournament in Granger. First on the boys' side, Waterville Mansfield advanced with a 70-61 win over Liberty Christian, but Manson's season ended by DeSales 54-48. Saturday, Brewster beat DeSales 59-46 to advance to the semifinals, while the Shockers fell to Oroville 57-35. They'll have to come back through the consolation bracket against Lake Roosevelt on Friday. On the girls' side of the tournament, the Waterville Mansfield girls had their season ended by DeSales 50-32. Manson was no match for Mabton, falling 51-18. Saturday, Lake Roosevelt advanced to the winners bracket with a 54-48 nod over Brewster, while Mabton stopped Liberty Bell 69-37. The Big Nine wrapped up its regular season Friday with games to determine placing for the postseason. NCW Life Channel brought you Wenatchee Ike, with the Panthers looking to nail down the number 3 spots. Ian Dunn and Mark Miller had the call on a good senior night for Darius Carlson.
Work the high post. Comes into him, turns to the hoop, attacks it, off glass and in.
Nolan Parmenter's best drive of the year.
Looks baseline, now to Carlson.
Oh, he's got Parmenter.
Parmenter inside, Parmenter off glass and in.
Darius Carlson, point guard extraordinaire.
Take the lead.
Crowd getting a touch test.
Here's Jelsing right side to Carlson inside for the hoop. Only a second field goal. 34-30. Got one guy who's having trouble getting involved is Carlson as he drives to the hoop. And no sooner do I mention his name, he scores his first basket. Cross court to Carlson, the head fake. Now to Blauman. Blauman baseline move, back to Carlson to the hoop, and in.
Can't stop that.
And the outlet to Carlson. He'll race down court.
What a great
And the Panthers will win it by a final score of 55-49, and so in doing so, they claim third place in the Big Nine.
Also on the final night in the Big Nine, Eastmont dropped its regular season finale on the road at Sunnyside 70-54. Davis topped Moses Lake 69-57. So the district playing games tomorrow. Wenatchee hosting Eastmont at 8 o'clock. We'll have that live on the NCW Life channel. West Valley will be at Moses Lake at 7:30. Senior night as well for the Wenatchee girls Friday. Seniors Allie Hallberg, Demery Sugg had good nights. Back to Ian and Mark with the highlights.
Sanford got a piece of it.
Allie into the front court. Here's Sugg, open for 3. She doesn't take it. Back to Hallberg inside, off glass and in.
That's the one where she expected the contact and got it, and has the body control to make it count.
11-point Wenatchee lead. Nice pass by Hallberg. Shot missed by Sandberg, but there's Hallberg to tip it in. Fouls on Jimenez, that's her third. Ball comes in, three-pointer, up and good, finally.
One was going to go, Sugg.
I don't know how many attempts he had, but she finally made it.
1 for 8.
So the final seconds winding down here as Jimenez will launch the jumper, miss it, and our final, Panthers win it by a final score of 61-46.
Wenatchee will be on the road at Davis for a play-in game tomorrow. Also on Friday, Eastmont fell on the road to Sunnyside 75-47. Bryn O'Rourke took a nasty spill, split her chin open, might not be available for Eastmont's play-in game tomorrow against West Valley. That'll start at 5:45. We'll have that live here on the NCW Life channel. As we take a quick peek at the NCW Life schedule for this week, we're putting a little culture in your diet as well. Earlier today had the Kashmir Valley Bank Royalty Selection Pageant here. We'll have that again for you Friday and Saturday at 7. There you see the matchups for tomorrow. Eastmont girls, Wenatchee boys being home live on the NCW Life channel. A look ahead at some Wenatchee Wild hockey. That'll be here on Thursday and Saturday. Now back to the Les Schwab Prep scoreboard. And the District 6 1A basketball tournament's first round was Saturday at Eastmont High School. NCW Life's Jay Seebeck was there and has the story.
Good afternoon, Jay Seebeck here with NCW Life Sports News. I'm here at Eastmont High School for the kickoff of the Caribou Trail League District Basketball Tournament for both the boys and the girls. Starting off our coverage, we have the Chelan High School girls in an elimination game taking on Okanagan.
Chelan girls suffered a tough loss against Okanagan. They were up most of the game, but going into the fourth quarter, they lost the lead at 4 minutes to go, and then the wheels just started falling off the bus. A couple of big turnovers that resulted in points for Okanagan. Chelan also got out-rebounded at the end, with Okanagan getting several offensive boards, allowing them to continue to burn the clock. Final score in that one, Okanagan 50, Chelan 41. We had another elimination game following that one. This time it was the Cashmere boys taking on Chelan. Cashmere jumped to an early lead in the first quarter with high-pressure defense and knocking down a couple three-pointers. After that, Cashmere continued to build their lead. It was kind of like watching the Golden State Warriors as they just kept taking threes and hitting a lot of them. Aided by good ball movement from the trio of Phillips brothers, number 5, Tyler Kurt, stole the show, putting up 22 points before getting some well-earned leisure time on the bench. Final score in this one, Cashmere 61, Chelan 38. Now for our marquee matchup Saturday night, we had Cashmere taking on OMAC in the district championship. OMAC had the lead at the start of the game by knocking down an early three, but after that it was Cashmere all the way. Cashmere stormed up and down the court early, led by no one other than sophomore all-star Haley Van Lith. She had 19 points in the first quarter thanks to a technical foul by OMAC to end the first. Before she got a rest halfway through the second, Van Lith had already scored 28 points in 12 minutes. Cashmere just kept it rolling in the second half. Van Lith finished with 46 points, and Cami Kanishka had 20. With NCW Live Sports, I'm Jay Seebeck.
Thank you much, Jay. There you see the finals, including the OMAC boys winning the district championship by downing Okanagan 66-44. The tournament continues on Wednesday. Local wrestlers took part in wrestling regional tournaments in Yakima, Medical Lake, and Spokane over the weekend. Eastmont's Adrian Vivanco, fourth at 132 pounds. Cascade Juan Martinez was third. Daniel Claros first. Arthur Drake fourth. Chelan's Eric Alcala was fourth. Braden Williams fourth. And Skylar Gordon was third. In the girls regional at East Valley of Spokane, congratulations Wenatchee's Emily Carroll, third at 135. Eastmont's Flora Moros finished second at 145. Now it's on to the MAC Classic this weekend in Tacoma. Wenatchee Wild had mixed results in a three-game road trip over the weekend north of the border. Started it off on a losing note to Nanaimo on Friday 4-1. Wenatchee bounced back for a 5-1 win over Alberni Valley on Saturday and then fell in a tough overtime, in fact double overtime game on Sunday to Victoria 4-3. The final, they'll be home Friday and Saturday to host Trail. That's sports news. I'm Eric Grantstrom on the NCW Life channel. We'll be back with Grant with a recap of our top news stories as well as your forecast. Thanks for watching NCW Life Evening News.
Lake Wenatchee YMCA camp programs focus on our 4 core values of caring, honesty, respect, and responsibility. Make this summer's memories last a lifetime. Pick your theme week today with a wide variety of safe and engaging activities. Lake Wenatchee YMCA camp is the ultimate summer fun in the sun camp for children, teens, and families. Reserve your child's week today.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Ready Medi is healthcare made simple and affordable. We are the only direct primary care practice that provides personalized and holistic healthcare in North Central Washington. Our wellness model not only helps prevent heart attacks and strokes, but we also optimize hormones. Affordability is our goal. For example, hip surgery locally is $45,000, whereas our members have the same access for $15,000. Ready Medi, healthcare made simple and affordable.
Welcome back. Time now for a recap of our top stories. Authorities say the January 14th fire at the Wenatchee Dalco packaging plant was intentionally set. Investigators say evidence, including video from a surveillance camera, points to arson as the cause.
During the initial investigation of that fire, the night of the incident and in the days and hours following the incident, surveillance video was discovered that seems to support the theory that that fire was intentionally set, and it is being investigated as an arson.
Brian Brett with Chelan County Fire District 1 says the fire caused upwards of $5,000 worth of damage when it torched several pallets containing styrofoam packaging material. There were no injuries. Brett urges anyone with information that should contact police through Rivercom Emergency Dispatch, and that number is 663-9911. Dozens of hardy souls braved the cold water at Walla Walla Park Swimming Lagoon Saturday. The Polar Plunge fundraiser put on by the Wenatchee City Parks and Recreation Department and local fire and law enforcement benefits athletes competing in next month's Washington State Special Olympics Winter Games in Wenatchee. Carol Andre, director of the Parks and Rec Department, was a guest on this morning's Street Talk and Other Stuff and says this year's event was a big success.
Annual event. This was year 17. So basically it's a law enforcement involved program. So law enforcement helps promote it. They help us with the organization, and they go in with us. And
when they say go in, what do you mean they go in?
It means that we jump into the Columbia River. And it was actually warm this year. It was 38 degrees. It's been as low as, it's been in the 20s. In fact, last year we had so much ice we couldn't even plunge. They couldn't break through the ice.
Oh,
so it was so warm this year.
No.
But we had 74 plungers.
Really? Okay. And this is a fundraiser.
It's a fundraiser. So
people get people to sponsor them.
You get pledges. Yes, okay. And it's pretty easy for people to give you money because all you have to do is say you're jumping in the river in February, and they're like, here you go. So it's pretty easy to get sponsorships. But we brought in a little over $16,000.
The Washington State Special Olympics Winter Games will be held in Wenatchee in March. And now time to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Before we do that, let's take another look outside our weather window, where we did notice cooler weather today. Look at that beautiful shot at the Columbia River and lots of blue sky out there. But as I mentioned, it was cooler today than we've seen for about the last 40 days or so. Cooler, dry, and sunny weather is what we experienced today, and more of the same is expected on Tuesday, all because of a surge of modified polar air that our satellite picture is shown moving down from the north. Notice on our map, the blue areas are the cold air. Pinks are very cold, green a little bit warmer air, so that air is sliding right down through British Columbia that originated up in the Arctic. It was a chilly start to our morning, but warmed up later in the day today. Today was the first day since early January where our afternoon high temperatures were below normal. Today's high was 38 degrees and our normal is 41. A passing weather system on Tuesday night and Wednesday will bring us just a slight chance for a rain-snow mix, and at the same time our temperatures will slowly warm up. High pressure will take hold of our weather by Wednesday night through Friday and last through Sunday, with partly to mostly sunny skies expected along with temperatures into the mid and upper 40s. By late Friday and through the upcoming weekend, instability from a weak weather system will override our ridge and bring us about a 30% chance of rain and snow showers through Sunday. High temperatures by Friday and the weekend, though, will be pushing 50 degrees. Let's take a look at that forecast now. And tonight, once again, a mild one. Well, not so mild. 22 are overnight lows tonight. In fact, we will be dropping down into some upper teens in part of the upper Wenatchee Valley overnight tonight. 42 for both Tuesday and Wednesday, 46 by Thursday, warming all the way up to 48 Friday, and then a chance for showers both Saturday and Sunday. We'll see high temperatures right around 50 degrees with about a 30% chance for snow. And that is going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-NCWL. Also, keep it right here on the NCW Life channel tomorrow morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with host Dan Kuntz and news with Steve Hare. Thanks for joining us and have a great night.